All right, grade fours, good morning. It's Wednesday, April the 8th. I'm actually taping this the night before. Just took my dog for a walk, so it's a little bit chilly out there. But I'm here to do your math lesson for Wednesday morning, okay? So this is for pages 11, 12, and 13 in your math booklet. Okay, so on page 11, I'm going to show you some stuff on the chalkboard here that I think will help you with this page, okay? So really important that you listen to this video and watch it. And I think you'll get that kind of light bulb moment for yourself where you're like, that makes a little bit more sense. So first thing I want to show you on here, got some new chalk, so that's good. When you think of something in a whole number, okay, again, I'm going to use the analogy of a chocolate bar, okay? So this is a whole chocolate bar. If I eat half of the chocolate bar, I am going to eat this much, okay? That would be a half of a chocolate bar, okay? If I ate a quarter of the chocolate bar, this is a quarter. Sometimes we say this is 1/4. Most people say a quarter, okay? 1/4. So when I think of 1/4, 1/4 is half of the half. So this right here would be 1/4. This together technically is 2/4, but we always say half. Nobody really says that's 2/4 of something. We always say half. So a half is the same as 2/4. Okay? When I say 3/4, 3/4 or 3/4, I am talking about 3 of these. Okay? So a quarter is 1 of these. A half is half of this. 3/4 is 3 of these. Okay? Now, when you're going to do this page and you're going to see a number that says 1/8 like this. Okay? 1/8, here might come the light bulb, 1/8 is a half of the quarter. Okay, you think it might be bigger because it's got a big number on the bottom, but in fractions, when the denominator, which is the bottom number, is bigger, it's actually a smaller chunk of something. So 1/8 is a half of this quarter. So 1/8 is very tiny. Okay? Think of it again like this. This would be in total a whole chocolate bar. This would be, half of the chocolate bar, right? This would be a quarter of the chocolate bar. This would be 1/8 of the chocolate bar. Okay, so let that kind of sink in a bit. That's going to help you on page 11 when you're doing the work on here. So if you need to refer back to it, think of it that way. Now, this is another thing that can help. Sorry for the close-up. Measuring cups that are in probably your cupboard at home. If your mom's been baking or dad's been cooking some stuff. A whole cup, 1 cup. Looks like this, it's quite large. Okay, this would be 3/4 of a cup, a little bit smaller. This would be half of a cup. Sorry, this is half of a cup. Okay, you can see the difference in the size. This one here is a 1/4 cup, a 1/4 cup. And if you look on here, it has 1/4. So if I filled up 2 of these and I put it into here, this would be full. So a 1/4 and a 1/4 equals a half, right? A half and a half equals the whole. Okay, so think of this as one whole. Take out your measuring cups and look at this on here. It might make a little bit more sense that way too. Okay, so the next page, page 12, is just some problem solving. Do what you can on here. Show me your work, which is really helpful. And I think you'll come up with the answers for that one. If you again refer back to this. Denominator is the number that's on the bottom of your fraction. The numerator is the number that's on the top of the fraction. Numerator, denominator. Numerator, denominator. Numerator, denominator. Okay, so sometimes you hear those words used when we talk about fractions. Now the last page you're working on is page 13. You're going to find at the very beginning these pictures, and it's going to have a picture and some boxes underneath there. Okay, so for that one there, that you have to think of it this way. This is a chocolate bar that's divided, the first picture, it's divided into, hopefully you can see it on your board, it looks like this. Oh, make sure I draw this properly. And they have this colored in, and beside it they have, sorry, let me get rid of that. They have another chocolate bar. These chocolate bars are the same size, okay? Think of these as equal sized. They want you to color in the same amount as this side. So think of this as like your little brother or sister eating it. They need smaller chunks. But if you were given the same amount of chocolate bar that was divided into bigger pieces, and you ate the exact same amount as they did, how much would you eat? Well, if you ate this much, little brother and sister ate that much. If you ate this much, and little brother or sister ate that much, you would have equaled the same amount of chocolate bar. Okay? So when we write this as a fraction, the colored in ones are the numerator. The total pieces are the denominator. Okay? Colored in, I have 2. In total, the denominator, I have 4. We call these equivalent fractions. Equivalent means they're equal. Same amount that you ate is the same amount that the little brother or sister ate, but they're little and they have smaller pieces. Okay, hope that makes sense. You're still eating the same amount as they are. So when it asks you in the boxes to put the numbers, these are the numbers that go in the boxes. Okay, equivalent fractions. So when you're doing these ones, think, how much should I shade in to make it look the same as the other picture? Okay, the bottom part where it says write either true or false for each of the statements, it looks like this. So question A has 2/8 is greater than, okay, remember when the sign looks like this? Whatever it's open to, think big, like a crocodile. This is the bigger number. Okay, this side is big. This side would be smaller. Okay, so it opens to the big number. I think crocodile big, he wants to eat something big. Okay, so you have to find, oh, that was my cat sneezing. You have to see if 2/8 is bigger than 1/10. Again, think chocolate bar. Okay, same chocolate bar for this one. Same chocolate bar for this one. You might even want to draw yourself out the chocolate bars. It makes sense. This one I have to divide into 8 pieces. I'm going to start by dividing it in half. Okay, I know I'm going to need 4 on this side and 4 on this side. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This same chocolate bar has to be divided into 10 pieces. Same chocolate bar. Half of this would be 5. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now, if I colored in 2/8, we say 2/8 when we talk about that fraction, I would color in this much. Okay? If I colored in 1/10 of this chocolate bar, I would color in that much. Now, which one's bigger? Well, obviously, that one, because that's more chocolate that I would have eaten. So this fraction, 2/8, is bigger than this fraction, which is 1/10. So when I look at this question, is that true or false? 2/8 is bigger than 1/10. I would put in the box a T for true. Okay, if it wasn't, I'd put an F for false. That's how you do the bottom part of page 13. Okay, so I hope that helps a little bit. Again, if you have any questions, grade 4, you are able to find me in Google Hangouts. You can always message me just a quick question in there. Email me. Yesterday, Anne and both Deanna needed help with some stuff, and I went into a private Google Meet with them, and we were able to talk it out, and I think that helped them a lot. So please make sure you are messaging me if you need a little bit of help. All right, and the other pictures for today are for you to mark the pages from yesterday. So the pages from yesterday were page 8, 9, and 10, and I put pictures in there so that you can check your work. And again, if something didn't make sense that you did, you need to message me so that we can clear it up before you keep moving on. All right, excellent. Have a good day, grade 4s.